Hey everybody, welcome back to my Project 13. It's the early morning vlog, the recap vlog from everything and anything that's happened this last week here on my Project 13. Put out 5 videos, the LG G6 versus Samsung Galaxy S8, and a camera comparison, and getting a lot of great feedback. Appreciate that. The views are there. Thanks for stopping on by and checking out not just that video, but all the videos that I put out this week. Was able to finally get some screen protectors for my S8 from Lightning Night, and did put out a video yesterday that I gave you an update on that. The Lightning Night screen protector is working great with my Alexa case. Not every screen protector is case friendly, so it's a hit and miss, especially when you have a smartphone with curved displays. So make sure you understand that. I am making sure I remember to put that information in the videos when I'm doing a review on an accessory, especially screen protectors. When you have flat displays, you don't have too many issues for the most part, but when you have a curved display, that there can be some issues there. So I'm getting good feedback on that. Some of you saying that the Lightning Night screen protectors are working really great, and there's been a couple of you where it hasn't been bad, but you are having some corners being lifted up, and you're going to try other cases. For me, it's working great. 2 different companies working together, Lightning Night and Alexa, and yeah, but I've ran into those issues just like all of you. We've already tried 4 of them on my wife's Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge. And you know, and I told her it's because those edges are so dominant, more so than the S8, and she doesn't care. She loves that device. So she'll keep trying every screen protector out there with her flip case, because she loves her flip cases. And she does have slippery hands, so she's got to have screen protector and a case on her device, or else she's going to kill that beautiful device of hers, right? So anyway, also did a vlog talking about smartphones with, you know, and utilizing the cameras on smartphones and what we look for in devices with cameras these days outside of owning a DSLR. A lot of us use our smartphones to take pictures and shoot video, and we really depend on them. And, you know, from budget to flagship, there are a lot of devices out there that you can do your homework on and pick up and get a really great picture and shoot a really great video. It's the homework you're going to do. But remember, these smartphones are phones. You know, these are the extras that it's obviously getting better, and they're more dependable these days. And as time goes on, they're going to become more dependable. So, but yeah, if that's an area that you're really into, and I'm learning more and more, you know, as far as photography and shooting video, and it's becoming more interesting to me. You know, sometimes it's worth paying a little more for a smartphone that has a really great camera, you know, whether it's on the back or the rear. But sometimes you can pay a lot less and still get a great device in that area, but it may not be as good in other areas. And that's where homework comes into play. Man, I say that word a lot, homework. Wow. Samsung Galaxy S8 or the G6, I've gotten that question a lot. So I finally answered it. And I put out that video yesterday, and I'll tell you, man, like I mentioned in that video, I'm going to say it again, I've been having a lot of fun with the S8 the second time around. But I'm being a little more open-minded. I'm going at it as a consumer. I'm utilizing the settings in manual mode. I'm just trying to be patient, unlike the first time around with the S8 Plus when I was just frustrated. And man, yeah, if you would have been on this side of things, you would have understood. But anyway, you know, I overreacted and sent it back and picked this device up for a great price, and here I am going at it again and having a lot of fun with it. It's not perfect in the camera and shooting video. It's not perfect, but it's better. And I just think it's one software update away from being where it should be compared to my LG G6 and my LG V20. And those are the 2 devices I have to continuously bring up because they are stable. I have no restrictions. I don't have to worry about them. And with that being said, maybe I'm expecting that from the S8. And should I? I mean, we're paying $750 or $850, right? So I think we should. But if you're seeing the software updates come, which they have, and I've seen some improvements with this device, that means that they understand that. That means they're giving us the improvements, and I'm looking forward to the next one. So, not bad, having a great time with it, like I said, and totally digging it right now. And again, with all these videos, getting a lot of great feedback. Please continue to pour in the conversation. That's what I like. And I'm doing my best to get back to all of you. If I don't get back to some of you, please repost your whatever it is, your feedback, and I'll get back to you. But give me a chance. I got a lot going on too. Trust me, I go through and read them, but sometimes I can't get back to responding to all of them. Okay? And sometimes I'm hoping that these vlogs give you the answers that you're looking for in the feedback when you're leaving that there for me. So I appreciate that. And then I talked about last night before I went to bed, I made a video talking about the Essential PH1, Andy Rubin's smartphone, his new company, Playground. I did want to mention that I put a, I can find that. It's LTPS is the display, which is inferior to IPS. So it's not IPS, it's LTPS. Thank you, Demir, for sending that information. And I don't always get all the information right. And I love the fact that I have the support of other YouTubers who will come in and say, hey, that's not what it is, it's this. And I'm like, woo, missed it. But again, I'm human, and I'm willing to give you a shout out for helping me out with information that I toss out there that may not be correct. So, yes, LTPS is what the correct, and I want to make sure I'm even saying, yeah, right. But it's an interesting device for $700. The thing is, with that price point, you don't want to have a subpar display. There are killer displays out there other than Super AMOLED displays. Because I know most of you out there are really digging your Super AMOLED displays. But there are some great IPS displays out there that you would never even know the difference, right? And so, but if you're going anything other than a really, for $700, you want to make sure that if you're given top quality specs and you're going to try to sell these type of devices to the masses, because the average consumer isn't really going to appreciate it. And I could be wrong, but this is basically like a mesh of Google Pixel and Nexus. And for the techies out there, the Essential PH1 is going to be a really nice device to dig into and check out. I don't know for sure if I'll be bringing it in or not, but I'll tell you, man, I'm a true Nexus fan. My Nexus devices are with me and staying with me and not going anywhere. And man, every once in a while I pick them up and I play with them and I'm like, woo, this is why I'm not getting rid of them. Yeah, I talk to myself. But, and this is basically what this device can be, plus more than that, because you're going to be able to adopt some accessories to it through these magnetic pins. A little 360 camera that you're going to be able to get for $50 if you pre-order over at www.essential.com. So, and I left the link for that in that video, so check out that video. But a lot of great stuff going on there, and some few missing areas. Some wireless charging not there, not going to be water resistant. So I'm not going to have a headphone jack. And the feedback that I'm getting right now, and that's throwing some of you off. Some of you, though, want to go for it. And some of you are saying you don't ever buy the first generation. You always wait to you see how this whole thing rolls out and how it goes. So, yeah, but very interesting. Very interesting. So, Demir Frank said it's actually no IPS display, but LTPS, like I said, which is inferior to IPS. Not by much, but still said to see They're like Demir's saying, they're basically compromising there with that type of display instead of going for something a little bit much better at that price point. And that's the part that I'm saying. $700 is a lot of money still. I would have loved to see this device go more so as far as a price point at $599. I think that would have been a great starting point. I don't know how pre-orders are going as far as with that device, but for the Essential PH1, $600 would have been a very nice starting point, especially if you're going to lack in certain areas, but yet you're trying to attract by other areas. There's a little give and take going on, and I just think that would have been a great starting point. I gotta go return a movie. My favorite movie place here in Portland, Oregon. And I'm gonna turn in right here. And I'm gonna turn back here. But you know what? I'll see what my finances are like and whether I'm going to pick up this device. And, you know, well, I'll be right back. I have plans in bringing in what I'm going to bring in, and I'm trying to really spread out my money wisely. And then they toss out a device like this that's very luring, and it puts a dent into what I wanted to do. So if I pick it up, that means I may not be able to pick up another device that I had in mind, that I had plans for. Donovan actually said the same thing. You always, I mean, I always make a financial plan for my family. I have a couple of them in case things change. And so with YouTube, I do the same thing. I make these plans, and I look at the money, and I look at what I might sell. I look at what I could get. I mean, I look at all of this. I write it down. I write it all down, and then I have to go forward and see how it goes. It doesn't always work. But these days, these devices are just dropping, you know, fast. I mean, they're coming out of nowhere. Everything's moving faster in the smartphone world. Things are changing ever so quickly. I can't keep up. I'm just going to have to miss out on some and bring in some, and well, that's why there's a lot of other YouTube reviewers out there, big or small. There's always going to be a way to get the homework done. So, there you go. That's the recap vlog, everyone. Leave some feedback down below. Thanks for coming on by this morning. Thanks for listening to me jibber jabber. Thanks for being a part. You guys and gals are awesome. Thanks for your support. Thanks to my family, my wife, my kids for supporting. If there's anything you want to talk about, just leave it down below. It doesn't have to pertain to this video. It can be anything, everything. Okay? I'm out. Peace. God bless. There's a truck backing in. This probably wasn't the best time to come through here. Oh well, that's what happens. Coors Light, under the lights. Well, I don't drink, so yeah, I'm more of I drink a Mountain Dew, Diet Mountain Dew. I drink 1/16 ounce a week. Outside of that, I may have a root beer, water, and coffee. But I've cut back on a lot of, well, you know what? I'm going to have to come out this way. I've cut back on a lot of the yuckies. Trying to eat better and drink better. So, all right, everybody. I'm done talking, man. At this point in time, I'm just wasting your time. Woo! God bless everyone. My Project 13 is out.